He finds a real-life mermaid, then this happens. Hello lovely YouTube family, welcome back to 00B. In today's video we're gonna talk about he finds a real-life mermaid, then this happens. People have wondered for centuries if mermaids really exist. Here's proof that mermaids might exist all over the world. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our videos. Big Bend Power Plant Manatee Viewing Area. It's only natural that a mermaid would dwell among the cute manatees, and there's a manatee watching area near Apollo Beach, Florida. In a photo shot at the observation area near the Big Bend Power Station, what looks to be a mermaid can be seen off to the side. Among the drifting manatees, a mermaid's form may be seen. Many individuals in South Florida have claimed to have seen mermaids swimming in what effectively a cesspool of water.
Every year, when the temperature of the water surrounding Tampa Bay's Big Bend power plant rises above 68 degrees Fahrenheit because of the heated wastewater leaving the discharge canal.
The manatees prefer living there because the trash dumps make the water lovely and warm. Manatees and mermaids both seem to enjoy warm water. We're not sure why mermaids would want to spend their time swimming in this kind of trash, but who knows, maybe they simply prefer hanging out with the manatees.
These mythical creatures are said to be shy and wary of humans. Some still say that if you stand near the ocean at night, you might hear the inviting songs from the sailors and pirates' tales.
Fiji Mermaid at Nature Museum in Vermont. The Fiji Mermaid exhibit at the National Museum in Grafton, Vermont is a must-see for anybody interested in spooky tiny fossils. The museum acquired this iconic Fiji mermaid, which was discovered in Fraternal Lodge in Vermont. This hideous monster possesses all the traits of a normal Burnham's hybrid, combining various animal parts to create one hideous creature. It has all the tail that we'd anticipate from a traditional mermaid. One peculiar feature of this mermaid is that it has a mustache about which we know nothing. Please tell us if a mermaid can have a mustache, because it's always a merman.
A mermaid that he obtained from a Boston sea captain. The Boston sea captain, according to the story, had purchased it from some Japanese sailors who said that it was an actual mermaid.
10 Shukir Shrine. People have questioned if mermaids are actual seafarers for hundreds of years, and have spun stories about sighting mermaids for mermen for millennia. The issue is that no one has been able to confirm their existence. Sure, some have photographed what they believe to be mermaids, but we don't have anything to compare them to. There's no scientific basis for believing if they exist. Japan has erected a shrine to what they claim is the world's oldest mermaid. A mummified fossil of what looks to be a mermaid may be seen in the Tenchu Kyosho Temple in Fujinami, Japan. The age of this mermaid is estimated to be around 1400 years. According to legend, a prince who pretended to be a common fisherman went fishing in safe seas. This is where he met the mermaid, who cursed him and said he would never be able to catch another fish. The mermaid is reported to have assured the prince that if he built a shrine to him, the curse would be lifted. And today, 1400 years later, a shrine in Japan is still standing. Banff Mermaid. This mermaid, which can be found in Banff, Canada, might be natural or man-made. We just don't know if it has a human body and a classic Fiji mermaid tail. It also is one of the most obnoxious creatures we've ever encountered. His lower half resembles a silver fish with a scaly appearance that appears to be peeling away. In a secondhand store, he's housed in a glass aquarium. This merman looks like the mermaids we're used to seeing. There's nothing lovely about it. While it's possible that merman has constructed by the proprietor of the Canadian business where it's housed, but he insists it's authentic, even posting history of the merman on the exhibition case.
Notably different from Western ideas of beautiful mermaids luring sailors into the watery depths with their charms, the Japanese mermaid of lore, known as the Ningyo.
Jeju mermaids. These women have become a mainstay on Jeju Sea Island in South Korea, even though they aren't officially mermaids. They're called hanyao, and they're the ladies in charge of the community's fishing. These ladies are expert fishermen, or ladies who can dive into the sea and catch fish with their hands. The majority of the ladies that do this are older. Younger women in South Korea have little interest in continuing Hyunyo tradition. We can't say we blame them for wanting to spend their days swimming in South Korean seas and catching fish for their entire family. South Korean young women have far greater expectations for themselves. Because of their diving action and ability to capture fish with their hands, these ladies are known as mermaids. As they glide through the water with their fishing gear, they resemble mermaids. Little Mermaid. We've all watched The Little Mermaid, whether it was because our kids had us watch it over and over again when they were younger or because we enjoyed it ourselves. Ariel is a well-known figure. The weird thing is that there existed a statue long before the film. The stone figure near the river may have seen if you visit Copenhagen, Denmark. The narrative penned by storyteller Hans Christian Andersen inspired the Little Mermaid piece. We all know that Andersen was the country's most famous citizen. Andersen's narrative was about a mermaid who fell in love with the natural world and had to choose between staying a mermaid and living in the actual world. The statue encompasses all we think of when we think of mermaids. People on the bottom are a fish-like body with their classic mermaid tail, while the gorgeous girl on top is a lady with flowing hair. Weeki-Wachee. A lot of mermaids appear to live in Florida. If you're ever in the Weeki-Wachee region of Florida, you must see the Mermaids. Because of its live mermaid performances, it is known as the City of Mermaids. So though these mermaids aren't real mermaids, they've been performing there since 1947. Weeki-Wachee's mermaids resemble what we Westerners imagine actual mermaids to look like. Their hair is flowing, their features are gorgeous, and their bodies are brightly colored. They perform for their audience while gliding and flowing through water. They're in underwater tanks with scuba divers nearby in case of an emergency, and these women can hold their breath like no one else. For every performance, they stay underwater for many minutes at a time. The mayor of Weeki-Wachee used to be a mermaid performer herself, therefore we now have a mermaid as a mayor of the city named after mermaids. Vicky Smith. We return to Weeki-Wachee to see the world's longest living mermaid. Vicky Smith was one of Weeki-Wachee, Florida's earliest performing mermaids. In 1957, she began working as a performer 2 days after graduating from high school. She was just 17 years old when she became the matriarch of Weeki-Wachee Springs' renowned sirens. The majority of the women in this group are in their 60s and 70s, and they gather together to perform the town. Smith claims that unlike that we are sure of when we think of mermaids, she doesn't wear all the beautiful cosmetics. At the age of 78, all she's ever done is put her costume on and go into the ocean. Smith is allowed to make her own decisions. She does what she wants and continues to perform as one of Florida's oldest local mermaids. Smith recalled that as a performer in the 1950s, she was given a 4-hour training session before being ordered to jump into the water and join the other performers. Smith was paid $3 for each performance. Mermaids now earn roughly $10 per hour while performing, which isn't bad for dressing up as a mermaid and swimming. A mermaid is the last thing you'd expect to see in Camden. Coney Island. People like visiting Coney Island, New York, which is famous for its roller coasters and hot dogs. Every year, one of the world's largest mermaid festivals take place on Coney Island. A mermaid parade is held on Coney Island, where genuine mermaids may show off their skills. Coney Island attracts visitors from all around the world. A great number of mermaids and floats disguised like mermaids participate in the procession. The crowd and the mermaids are treated to a spectacular carnival atmosphere with plenty of great food and entertainment. They've been doing the parade for 37 years, and wait until you see some of the mermaids that participate, females, boys, and children. Camden Aquarium, Camden. Mermaids aren't just one of New Jersey's most well-known attractions. Yes, mermaids. There's a violent and frightening area. The Camden shoreline, on the other hand, is one of New York's most beautiful locals. Battleships and famous aquarium with swimming, mermaids are now among the attractions. You can see mermaids swimming in a huge tank. You can even set up a meeting with a real-life mermaid. You can ask them about their experience as mermaids. A VIP tour of the mermaid lair is also available. The Stingray Beach Club at the aquarium is where the mermaids take a break from swimming and rest by the sea, and they take in the sun and sand. You can glimpse their incredible stories. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss any amazing video from us.